So hi everyone, this is Group 12 and our group members include Vicky, Kaiting, Murphy, Kanshin, and myself. So welcome to this community placemaking project that will stimulate and enrich your sensory experience that allow us to evoke collective identity and strengthen our community cohesion. And this will be one of the richest multi-dimensional sensory experience that you will ever have. We would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and would like to pay our respect to the elder past, present, and future. We would like to take you guys on a little walk today. So close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself walking through a familiar street. You can hear the grinding sounds of the bicycle wheel. You can see people wearing earphones and jogging in a pocket garden across the street. You can smell a waft of curry from the kitchen of that store in the food market. You can touch the birdhouses gathering around the neighborhood. And then you stop in front of your favorite coffee shop to get a latte to start your day. Our sensory experience can open up layers of memory and inspire imagination, expectation, and vision. It brings in ways of understanding place rooted in embodies engagement. Taking the current pandemic into context, the people who are diagnosed with COVID-19 might have experienced a loss of taste and smell, and some have been struggling with other important sensory experience, such as the opportunity to meet others and connection with people. And now we would like to enhance people's senses to offer a cross-cultural exchange that can be used as a new opportunity to connect people back in the post-pandemic time and embrace a new normal life together.
Our site is located in West Footscray. It is the center of Maribyrnong, which is the connection hub of transportation and interaction of residents and commercial. It is a proudly diverse suburb. Almost half of residents were either born overseas or have a parent born overseas. The bridging culture and differences play an important role in this region. The richness of diversity represents the story of West Footscray, past, present, and future. Based on comments from residents on West Footscray, Facebook, and Reddit, we can roughly summarize the list major issues. First, the L-shaped midway between Tottenham Station and Central West Shopping Centre is very important. People's interaction with the neighbourhood is absent due to the lack of greenery and historical richness that can help to celebrate the local indigenous culture and diverse multiculturalism. Also, according to the source, the surrounding residents are not satisfied with the large number of vehicles, creating physical barriers to the pedestrian activities and excessive exhaust and noise affecting the quality of life of the locals. Lastly, even though the government has built a narrow green space around the tracks as a barrier, some of the residents are concerned that this is not enough to reduce air and noise pollution. Thus, it is evident that this neighborhood has much potential to be improved by our placemaking initiatives. Based on our issue, our challenge of this project will be focusing on the list of 3 aspects. First, cultural diversity. We encourage cultural inclusion. We will improve in sense of belonging within the community, and we also increase understanding and engagement with Aboriginal history and culture. Second, green space. We believe that green space will make a place more livable and increase physical and mental well-being. We aim towards a more sustainable development and rebuilding post-COVID connections. Third, safer accessibility. Safer paths can enhance community and transportation security. We aim to revitalize the street, connecting with the train line to enable accessibility from border surroundings.
Our vision to this Priceless treasure work is to reactivate the surrounding as a multi-sensorial exchange place with a diverse and vibrant streetscape that connects the community and the nation, as not only humans have sensorial feeling, but also animals. Thus, through the exchange of either physical or emotional treasures to establish the sensorial collective identity and close relationship with biodiversity. This is a place generate a sense of belonging by social inclusion, closer relationship with indigenous and immigration, and create value for the present and its various stakeholders. And sustainable place emphasizing the ecological health between urban area and natural environment. A well-connected landway and transportation linking the site to the border community with safer accessibility. A multicultural space established diverse sensorial connection and community empowerment with local traders and residents. The placemaking values aim to achieve each of them through the incremental development in the short and long term. Storytelling is the main activity to exchange multicultural memories. Every person has their own narratives and they can invoke people's emotion and sensorial experience. Intimate relationship across all levels of stakeholders will be generated through the collective activities. further form the sense of belonging between people and the place, which will gain greater profit and love within the community. A multicultural community also invites diverse cultural experience to the community across the generation. Revitalize the streetscape with rival street art or digital performance. Activated the gray or transition place like storefront into a vibrant view and ease pedestrian flow, attracting the people from the train. Sustainability is one of our long-term goals. Develop community street worship to achieve the opportunities connecting with nature and biodiversity.
In order to achieve the vision and value we expect to be, we're going to invite the various stakeholders to join into our placemaking. They supply the source and gain the stake in the four different aspects. From the nature, we incorporate with the nature environmental friendly association and school. For sensory and memory, we invited the residents and some sensory expert and students to join in. For the accessible, we intended to work with the public transportation. Next is the stakeholder analyst. We separate the stakeholder into 6 different categories, including the individual, governments, business, and local community group, non-local association, and other like religion groups and sensory researchers. There is a critical timeline to implement the placemaking proposal. We separate the process into phases 1 to 4. Phases 1, activation and survey, finding the location and approach and introducing the implementation to the public and starting the surveys. Phases 2, starting the pilot trial, applying the potential location of the each implementation among the West Footscray and getting the feedback after these phases. Phases 3, involving the long-term implementation, also organizes the site-based cyclist event like a food festival and a vantage market. Phases 4, continuously evaluated the projects and establishing the SureWorks model. Through our vision, we come up with the idea and reinforce our design approach, which is native vegetations, technology, food, culture, and art. Our design approach will establish around these themes and with sensory experiments. Here are the approach that helps to tackle the objective, which including sustainability, inclusion, diversity, and safer accessibility to further enhance our sensory experience.
Our first objective is connection to diversity. The strategies for this approach is to create a medium for people that can enhance their sensory experience to trigger people's connection. We are suggesting to create a large-scale vintage market for people to share and exchange stories or even memories to the community. In here, you can see people exchanging stuff, hearing people exchanging stories, sensing a slight of dung smell around, and also providing an opportunity to touch and feel the goods. The second approach is a food festival that can further enhance people's senses of taste and smell, as smell is known as one of the most powerful sensory qualities that can often evoke a sensation of familiarity to trigger memories in particular time or even emotions. On the site, you can get a strong smell of herbs and spice and seeing people lining up in front of store, tasting different kinds of food, and you can hear people talking about their recipes and exchanging them.
As you enjoy your work, you can see some digital honey eater on the park and roadside, responding to the diversity among more species. Honey eater has been chosen as our mascot. We are creating the place that can contain the humans and more species together. All of us can stay together like dining with the honey eater. The digital honey eater promote our mascot and let the residents more familiar with them. Responding to the second objective, connection to the inclusion, we intended to hold in the Indigenous Culture Part of Week to increase the understanding of the Indigenous culture among the community. We can see the Indigenous art graffiti on the wall, and in open workshop about sharing the Indigenous culture, we can dance under the Aboriginal music.
Now we travel to the digital storyboard. From here, we will hear stories from others by audios, see memories from digital story videos, and touch an interactive screen and play games with your neighborhood. An emotional exchange gathering space. Digital storyboard is easy to construct and move around and as one of the exchange methods. Connecting with the diversity, here we can see a harmonious community atmosphere. Touching nature and small animals, hearing children laughing, birds singing, and smell the aroma from vegetables and plants. Providing pets waste station, kitty house, nest box, and plant box, the convenience and connection between human and nature.
We enable connections to sustainability by creating pocket eco garden. We can place the pocket garden on the fence, frame garden on the wall, utilize the curbside grassland by placing movable box and tire flower pots. Gardens should not be limited by the land. It can be accessible, movable, and playful. We aim for sustainability by activating the walkway and bringing the greenery to the neighborhood. The second approach is an eco-educational park. We introduce indigenous flora and fauna to the park with box garden for residents to learn, experience, and cultivate. We increase the physical and mental well-being of visitors through participation and education. The last approach is response to safer accessibilities. The proposal of the pop-up greenery bicycle lane will be extended to create a 3-meter wide two-way lane, using recycled material that can be quickly installed to place pop-up barriers and divided on the road. You can hear the signal of the bike bell, seeing vehicles passing through while feeling the gentle breeze of the wind. The laneway will link the entire Treasure Walk, encouraging the neighborhood to transform into a pedestrian-oriented street, increasing active traffic safety while reducing the pollution caused by cars. In conclusion, Priceless Treasure Walk is a placemaking strategy that utilizes the concept of exchange as a core, sensory experience as an entry point, and community journey as a format. We see this program in West Footscray as a pilot scheme that can be used throughout the whole Maribyrnong in the future. Our ultimate goal is to create a narrative for community that builds a stronger connection between residents and strengthen the sense of self-identity among the neighborhood. In conjunction with more optimized community experience, the culture and value of West Footscray could be engaged and recognized by visitors from wider community. Thank you.